welcome to another episode of the Tit for Tat podcast where culture meets chaos. I'm your highly blessed and favorite and a little bit messy host, Lauren Adam, aka the motherfucking Dom Dada, aka Lauren Monroe, aka whatever name I come up with next week because I'm still trying to figure it out. Welcome back to another week. I am so glad that you all are here. Thank you to my first and my last time listeners. If you are new here, thank you for tuning in, of course. Like I said, this is a new week, which means all new blessings, all new opportunities, and of course, all new mess. Things have been like slowing down a little bit. I think it's because people are trying to get prepared for the summer. I will just say this: if y'all are getting prepared for the summer, y'all need to prepare to make a summer hit. Bitch, we don't have a summer song yet, so y'all need to be in the studio trying to cook that up because I just feel as though this summer could be a good one, but you all need to like get the shit out y'all ass and step it the fuck up. I'm just keeping it a buck. But nonetheless, we do have a great episode ahead. I know I don't want to keep y'all any longer. I will say though, I am so glad that you all are still trucking through. I know that with everything going on in the world and the president talking about he don't give a fuck about people's financial struggles and this and the third, child, everybody is going through something now. I will say that there are people who aren't struggling, and God bless you, whatever the fuck, nobody cares. At the end of the day, majority of the people are struggling. We are in what I like to call age of disclosure. I don't know why the fuck I just said it. You know, sometimes when you just be talking, you just get the yapping a little too much. Essentially, we are in what's called age of disclosure, and that just basically means, bitch, we are literally in a recession. Bitch, life is life in for everybody, but nonetheless, we are here to literally laugh and forget about all the nonsense. So, enough of the mushy shit. Let's go ahead and get into the shit that y'all came here for, which is actually the mess because y'all love being some messy ass bitches. Now, over the past weekend, Kevin Hart actually dropped his roast, I presume, or whatever. And I just want to say this about Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart has not been funny in years. All right, the last 3 to 4 stand-ups that he has dropped essentially has not been funny. I'm not gonna lie. I think that Kevin Hart is his most funniest when he's like just off the whim around people. Like when he's on stream, or well, when he was on stream with Castanet and Drewski, I feel like he was funny as fuck. And that's because it wasn't like, oh, this is planned or any of that. I feel like sometimes when people have to plan their comedy, it isn't funny. Right? I'm just keeping it a buck. Kevin Hart is also who Kevin Hart also reminds me of Mike Epps. And I know I'm gonna receive some backlash with this, but I really don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, Mike Epps and Kevin Hart are not funny during stand up. Let's just keep it a buck. A lot of comedians are that way. I feel as though they do have their moments where it's like, oh, okay, that is funny. But more so, I would rather see them in a movie or I would rather see them in other settings than doing stand up because that's when they are the funniest. I'm just keeping it a buck. But the Kevin Hart roast just passed, and of course, it was received and of course it has received a bunch of backlash simply because Kevin Hart is a white man's best friend. Okay, people love him because he caters to the white people. He's white people funny, so that's why there was a bunch of white people at this fucking roast. I personally think if we're going to roast a black man, then we need to have more black comedians. Y'all can't sit here and say that everybody hates Kevin Hart because I'm pretty sure y'all could have found more black people. The sprinkle of black people that y'all had actually pissed me the fuck off. But nonetheless, during the roast, of course, there was some racist jokes being said. What's his name? Oh, Tony. Um, Basically, a Tony Hinchcliffe jokes about George Floyd during the Kevin Hart roast. He says the black community is so proud of you right now. George Floyd is looking up at all of us, laughing so hard he can't breathe. Yeah, there was a lot more being said throughout this whole roast, and a part of me just fully realized that at the end of the day, white people, when it comes to roasting black people, they have no choice but to be racist. Because why? They already think that we're a joke. And then you got Kevin Hart, he just laughing like the jester he is. Just, I don't get it. And then what I don't get also is the people who are sitting here talking about, oh, time has changed, y'all so sensitive, this and that and the third. No, I think that what y'all fail to realize is that jokes are supposed to be funny. Jokes aren't supposed to be offensive. You know the real reason why people got off with the jokes as they used to get off, especially Bernie Mac. If he used to do a joke about gay people or whatever the case is, and we know that man is homophobic, but the crazy part is the fact that he made a joke that wasn't it wasn't offensive. Like, yes, we know that you don't like gay people or whatever the case is, but when you joke about them, you're not being offensive. White people don't know how to not be offensive because at the end of the day their whole life is about them being on guard and being scared of other people, and so they have no choice but to result into literally, like, I don't want to say like word vomit. It's more like word violence, really. Like, they just let shit come out of their fucking mouth and then they don't care about the consequences. This shit right here was low down, it was dirty, it was distasteful, and quite honestly, it's made me realize that black people don't give a fuck about other black people. And it's very clear that white people see that and think, oh well, y'all don't give a fuck about each other, so guess what, why should we give a fuck about you? All right. I will say a roast is supposed to be, yes, you're supposed to say things that are like, like super fucked up. Essentially, that's what it is. A roast is literally a person just basically saying a whole bunch of dark humor shit. That's what it is. Which dark humor isn't supposed to be offensive. Y'all be going out y'all way to be offensive to people and then turn around and be like, well, it's a joke. It's a joke. Bitch, it's not a joke because, first of all, ain't nobody laughed. And second, y'all always want to claim something is a joke when motherfuckers literally aren't fucking with you. That's how I feel. Okay, there was no reason for him to literally go out his way to bring up George Floyd and then the whole like, oh, he can't breathe or something like that. Like, y'all just take shit too far. But then once Chelsea Handler got up there and got to talking about how y'all was pedophiles and y'all be dick riding fucking Donald Trump and this and that and the third, you wanted to sit there and be quiet. That's the shit I don't fucking understand. It takes other white people to get up on the stand and literally give white people the shit that they deserve, which is bottom of the barrel shit. I don't fucking get it. And then what I don't understand is how y'all don't know the difference between an actual joke and something that's an offensive joke. Y'all don't know the difference between the two. A roast is literally like, bitch, you so fucking ugly that such and such, like, you really supposed to be capping on this person. That's really what it is. A roast is literally what Regina Hall did. Regina Hall got up there and was like, you know what? Well, she didn't say that. She was just like, I talked to your mom, which everybody knows Kevin Hart's mom has passed away. She'd be like, I talked to your mom spiritually, and she told me that you shouldn't have fucked that lady. You feel me? Like, that's a roast. Even with Dwight Johnson, what the fuck is his name? Even with The Rock, the certain shit that he was saying, of course, a lot of people was like, that is super cringy, he was drunk or whatever. Essentially, that is a roast. Motherfuckers talk about fucking your wife, that is a roast. You talking about my skin color in regards to, especially you talking about my skin color in regards to another black man who has literally died at the expense of your white peers, bitch. You think that shit is funny? It's not. Okay, what's funny is y'all talking about Cheryl Underwood's husband who committed suicide, not the act of suicide. But even if you say like, well, he committed suicide, because especially he committed suicide over 30 years ago, so now you can really make jokes about it, but not jokes where it's offensive. Like, you can sit here and be like, yeah, sure, like Underwood husband committed suicide simply because he was tired of looking at her face or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can make it funny. That's what y'all are missing. Comedy is supposed to be funny. You motherfuckers aren't funny. And I think because we have so many people who aren't funny trying to mask these not funny jokes as jokes, y'all are sitting here trying to basically tell us that we need to be accustomed to this bullshit. And no, y'all are giving bottom of the barrel comedy and then trying to mask it with racism and homophobia and all of this, and then want to turn around and try to get mad at people for getting mad at the fact that you're an offensive bitch. Okay? I literally don't understand it. And also another thing about the roast was the fact that there was a lot of pedophile jokes, which indicates to me everybody up there be fucking on little kids, which doesn't surprise me because look at the behavior of the artists today. Look at fucking David. Look at Boston Richie. Bitch, look at R. Kelly. R. Kelly was literally on stage as a grown ass man kissing on 14-year-olds, but y'all never said nothing. Y'all grandfather literally married your grandmother when she was literally 12. Your grandfather fucking 21 fucking on a 12-year-old, and y'all thought that shit was cool because it was just normal back then. I don't give a fuck what was normal. Slavery was normal back then. That don't mean I'm gonna deal with the shit today. That's y'all fucking problem. Again, y'all allow white people to get away with the dumbest shit in the world and then turn around and be like, we so sensitive, we so sensitive. It has nothing to do with being sensitive. It has everything to do with the fact that we as black people, we don't stand for nothing. Literally, we allow everybody to come in and destroy and talk about us and do all of these things simply because they see the way that we interact with each other. Bitch, if I can't save you, why the fuck do you expect white people to do the same? Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck Kevin Hart, who is literally dick riding the coattails of white comedians simply because he wants to be accepted in that community. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Point blank period. The only one up there who was actually funny is Chelsea Handler, is basically all the women, if you ask me. Oh, and Cat Williams. Cat Williams came out and was like, bitch, don't nobody want to be here, to the point where they just had to invite your enemies, bitch. Literally, don't nobody want to sit here and come roast you because at the end of the day, everybody knows that you are the fucking white man's puppet. That's how I feel, and that's the reason why I feel as though his career is going the way it's going. That's just that. Okay. But I will say there was a bunch of celebrities who spoke out about the situation, especially because they understood like this shit wasn't funny. You got some people like Lil Duval who talking about y'all fell for the rage bait, y'all fell for the rage bait. No, bitches like you, I hate Lil Duval. I'm gonna just keep it a bug. Anything about that man literally grinds my fucking gears because at the end of the day, he's so fucking wishy-washy, bitch. He talking about we fell for the rage bait. No, bitch, we literally didn't that's the thing. Like, why the fuck do we sit here and we come up with every excuse for white people to talk down on us, and then when we get upset, it's one of those, well, y'all, why would y'all let them get to you? Why would you let them? Why the fuck are we allowing them to say anything about us, period? That is the fucking problem. Like, oh my god, I fucking hate y'all. And then of course you have Michael Blackson. It says, despite not attending the event, he delivered a roast of his own aimed directly at Tony. Bitch, I love that. Joe Budden felt like Kevin Hart shouldn't have laughed or did anything at the joke, and I agree. Like, at the end of the day, you sitting there laughing and like a fucking like that shit pissed me off. Like, literally seeing him just a kid and this and that and the third. And I get like you probably doing that because you didn't want to like say nothing or whatever, but at the same time, bitch, that's the problem. You motherfuckers don't stand for anything, especially when it comes to black people. And y'all are the same ones who want to turn around and be in support. That's the crazy part to me. Half of the people who are sitting here like, well, the joke wasn't that bad. The joke wasn't that offensive. Like, that's what y'all fucking sound like. Y'all fucking sound like some fucking dumbass little kids. Just, oh my god, this shit pisses me off so bad. Because I don't mean to be rambling about this, but it's just one of those things where we literally have a white president who doesn't give a fuck about black people. You literally have black people who literally stand with this man. You see other white people seeing that black people stand with this man and think that, well, y'all don't give a fuck about each other. Like, it's literally that. And I don't see how y'all don't see it. And I get it that you motherfuckers who got money, you celebrities, feel as though this don't have nothing to do with you because you just refuse to believe it has something to do with you. But in reality, it does have something to do with you because y'all are also the same ones who were sitting here rallying up, trying to be all for George Floyd when he died and shit like that. Like, y'all have to literally stand for something, babes. And I'm not talking about stand for white people whenever they sign your fucking checks, you dumbass bitch. You are some fucking sellouts, and I'm so fucking sick and tired of it. Point blank period. I'm over this shit. The roast wasn't funny. Kevin Hart, you're not funny. And Tony Hitchman, whatever the fuck, you look like a fucking pedophile, bitch, and I hope you die. Point blank period. I'm so sick. I hate men. Am I the only one who's literally getting to a point where I just hate men? Hate them. Like I don't want to have a conversation with you, bitch. I don't want to. I don't want to talk to you, kick it with your skate with you, none of that, hoe. I hate you, bitch. Anyway, um, four men were found guilty in the Julio Fulio murder. So basically, a judge has found four men guilty of first degree murder in the killing of a Florida rapper named Julio Fulio. Rashad Murphy, Davon Murphy, Sean Garthright, and Isaiah Chance were convicted after about 8 hours of deliberation. Julio Fulio was shot and killed in June 2024 near the University of South Florida while celebrating his birthday. I do remember that. It was like the most randomest fucking killing ever. Police said that the 26-year-old was targeted and followed from two Tampa nightclubs to a hotel parking lot where multiple shots were fired. Surveillance footage shows his car attempting to flee before he was killed at the scene. Prosecutors allege that the group worked together and has ties to gangs that rivaled Julio Fulio. Investigators also claim the suspects modified their rifles to avoid leaving shell cases behind. A fifth suspect, Alicia Andrews, was previously found guilty of manslaughter in a separate trial. Um, they said that the sentencing actually begins today, and prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. I did hear a little bit about this case. I think that they are trying to get these men what they call sweat equity, basically meaning that instead of giving these people the death penalty, they're going to just give them life and have them work their ass off in jail. So basically, every single time that you work or whatever, you may get paid like 1 cent an hour, 5 cent an hour. So they be playing bullshit in the jails. I'm not gonna lie. As somebody who literally went to jail and was working inside the jail, bitch, they be having you do a lot of shit, and it literally be for like, oh well, here's a 50 cent, you know, phone call card or some goofy shit, and of course, like that shit add up by the end of the week. But at the same time, it don't be fucking worth it. And what also isn't worth it is fucking getting life or getting the death penalty just because y'all are hating on this nigga for what? I don't get it. Like, the dumbest shit in the world literally to me is the fact that y'all have normalized this gang culture so much to the point where y'all think it's cool to see other niggas on the internet having money, got jewelry, this, that, and the third, and your first thought in your mind is, well, I'm about to try to figure out a way to get this nigga so I can be up, so I can have this money. Like, y'all niggas literally live for other niggas. And it's so shocking to me how y'all don't think that's a little gay. I don't get it. Like, I think the gayest shit in the world is for you to watch another nigga to the point where you are going out your way to put rentals in your name or not even get rentals. That's the fucked up part. A lot of this shit has to do with the fact that we have normalized dumb ass criminals. Literally, I think we need to bring back the show World's Dumbest Criminals, because clearly you motherfuckers are literally dumb as fuck. Y'all be grabbing fucking rentals in y'all actual name, or y'all be sitting here taking people's cars that you know, or like is fucking family members' car or something like that. Y'all are sitting here talking about the murders in y'all raps, y'all leaving evidence behind, and this is the thing. So I heard about the whole like shell casing thing. I believe that they did every, like they cleaned they cleaned the guns or whatever the case is, but I guess it was like a shell catcher on the gun, and because of the shots that was fired at the crime scene, the shell cases were still, you know, inside the little catcher thing. So you just did all that cleaning of the gun, but didn't do shit with the fucking catcher. So now when the police find the catcher, bitch, the bullets from the crime scene is literally right fucking there. Y'all are dumb as shit. Dumb as fuck. Why the fuck are y'all literally not even, I'm not a criminal. I'm not a criminal. I'm just keeping it up. I'm really not. But I know that if I want to go murder somebody, I'm not about to do it in broad daylight. You goofy bitch. I'm never about to go get a rental, bitch. I'm never about to steal somebody's car. Duh, stupid. Like, I'm not trying to tell y'all how to commit a fucking crime. I'm just letting y'all know, bitch, sometimes if you watch enough crime shows, you can take away from the things of what to do and what not to do. What to do, what not to do. Certain shit is just literally common sense, and I be forgetting that y'all don't have any common sense. So that's why I don't feel bad. I really don't. Like, you went out your way to murder this man for what? For what? You literally murdered him for what? Now, because also what happens is y'all don't think about like the fact that this is the thing. Y'all don't think about the fact that motherfuckers literally used to be smart. Criminals used to be smart. I promise you they used to be. Because what happens is the criminals before, they used to get away with shit. Bitch, I could kill somebody today and motherfuckers won't know about shit. I could go, 10 years with even killing multiple people, bitch. I can literally move around, do what I want 10 years straight without a motherfucker actually like even remotely being able to put me in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel as though like these new niggas today are trying so hard to prove that they belong or that they want to be a part and this that, and the third. Like, you're gay. You're gay. It's that simple. I will say this. I feel as though when it comes to murder or whatever, I feel as though the sweat equity is probably the most effective. Now, if they was on some pedophile or some like predator shit or whatever, I would definitely be like the chair. Okay, but when it comes to murder, I'm just like work they ass until they are 100 years old in jail. That's how I feel. And I know that sounds fucked up, but it's just one of those things where people who are pedophiles will literally get off way before a motherfucker would murder. And I personally think that I know that's fucked up to say, but I would rather live next door to a murderer than a pedophile. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping a buck. Anybody who be raping people or touching little kids or doing anything that has no consent involved, yeah, I'm just keeping a buck because never mind. I'm not even gonna get into that. But nonetheless, um, yeah, all of them niggas they deserve to be in jail for life. I wouldn't say the death penalty, but you know, do what you gotta do, love. It is what it is. Speaking of jail, Kodak Black has been arrested again. Somebody get this man help, please. I'm so sick of it. I don't even give a fuck why he was. Well, actually, he was arrested days after the drug related charges, and he was charged with allegedly fleeing officers. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. This is the thing, right? I don't care about rappers simply because at the end of the day, this is the lifestyle that you glorify. You literally have the ability to go get help and you don't want it. You also have people around you who clearly don't want to give you help. I can't help you, babes. I can't. I can't. I've been saying 4 years. Kodak literally needs better people around. Hey, if jail is where you want to be, babes, go do what you do. I don't give a fuck. You also know who you also know who needs to be in jail? Nicki Minaj. I don't care. Anybody who literally this is the thing, right? I personally think that supporting Trump is a character flaw. It really is. It's almost like any artist who would sit here and support R. Kelly or any abuser, really. That's just how I feel. And even in my personal life, if I feel as though you support Trump, who is literally the main reason why we are struggling today, then why the fuck would I sit here and support anything that you do? Be fucking for real. I don't think the Barbs understand, and I really don't want to like spend too much time on this because I really don't have time for the Barbs to be annoying the fuck out of me because they are annoying as shit. Okay, y'all justify anything. Y'all are saying that she is basically right for supporting Donald Trump simply because she didn't get the help that she wanted before. And of course, Donald Trump does what he does best when it comes to these celebrities. He comes in, tries to save the day because he knows that he's going to get you on your side. And he knows that he's going to get you on his side. So what does that mean? Once you're on his side, guess what? You're sitting on the internet talking about, yeah, I love Trump, I love Trump. Guess what? Your supporters are going to literally start to be saying, oh, well, Nikki loves Trump, so I gotta love Trump. You know how powerful your fucking fan base is, and you literally go out your way to abuse the fuck out of them simply because you want to get your way. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Okay, I understand that your family was supposedly in danger, this, and that, and the third, but understand this as well. Your house would not be getting swatted or anything like that if you wouldn't have never married that pedophile. Oh, y'all always want to sit here and be like, well, he wasn't actually accused and this and that and third. He's on the pedophile list for literally allegedly touching little kids. And also, this is the thing, it is very clear that you being around pedophiles is literally your thing. Not with Donald Trump, not just with your husband, but bitch, supposedly your brother has some allegations like that against him too. Bitch, this ain't no simple like, oh, your people's is gay allegations. Like, I can deal with that. If a motherfucker got gay allegations on them, 9 times out of 10, they might have, got their ass ate or something like that, and motherfuckers calling them gay. But no, bitch, if you want to sit here to turn around and be like, oh, he be allegedly touching little kids or he be raping people or whatever, I'm sorry. I can't help. I can't support. I can't do anything with that. Okay? So again, I understand why, but you have to understand why Donald Trump even helped you in the first place, babes. It's literally all a tactic, and y'all be falling for the shit. Y'all fall for it every time. Why? You fall for anything when you don't stand for nothing. let's just let's just keep it about. Another another arrest was made. Apparently a trespasser was arrested at Chris Brown's home, and then he comes back a fucking second time. So allegedly, there was a man who basically jumped Chris Brown's fence and basically attempted to start a fire, which now I think that is the most crazy shit in the world. Law enforcement did respond to the home just before 7 p.m. after someone called the police claiming the individual had been an ongoing issue. Um, Sources say someone inside the residence made contact with the man before officers arrived and took him into custody. He was later arrested for trespassing and a report was filed. But then cops were called back to Breezy's home one morning after another trespassing incident involving the same man arrested the night before. According to reports, the identified suspect was allegedly seen pacing up and down the private roadway near Chris's gated property before police responded and took him into custody. Authorities say it's the same individual who was arrested the day before for allegedly hopping the fence and attempting to start a fire on his property. Chris Brown, it's time to move. It really is. This is not the first time that we have heard about multiple incidents happening at Chris Brown's house. Baby, you need to move. I get that you have created that home into like the vibe or whatever. I feel as though that can still be like maybe a home where you throw your parties or whatever, but that should not be your main home when you are laying your fucking head. I also do not know what is up with people thinking it is okay to go to these celebrities' houses and be trespassing and be trying to like, bitch, y'all still remember the girl who went to Rihanna's house and shot her shit up, and then now you telling me motherfuckers at Chris Brown house trying to start a fire? Let me find out the man and the woman they fucking on something. I'm just saying, y'all might be fucking on something. Y'all might be fucking each other or something, and y'all decided to like, hey, you go to Rihanna house, I'm gonna go to Chris Brown house. You feel me? And like, be fucking for real, child. At the end of the day, and then this is the thing for me. Y'all keep talking about y'all took him into y'all keep talking about y'all took him into custody. Y'all took him into custody, bitch. Lock that nigga up. Especially if you know it's the same man. Like, bro, we just arrested you yesterday for trespassing at this man's house. Then you go back and wanna, I promise you, the fucking police departments are like the worst people in the world. I don't care. Anyway, so Krishan and Blueface were actually seen together on live. Sitting here talking about, oh well, she's healed, she's moved on, this, that, and the third. My thing is, if you claim that you are forgiving this man so much, why the fuck do you need to be around him? I would never understand that. And she literally said that too. She basically says that she forgave Blueface after everyone was talking about them linking up or whatever. She says people confuse forgiveness with weakness or going backwards. because that's what you are. I don't have to forgive you and be around you. That's what y'all be missing. Forgiveness is literally, and also I think it's time to have this conversation, right? Sometimes we do not have to forgive people, even if it's for us. I hate that shit because one thing that I realized, like, even if I do forgive you, bitch, I still want to fucking kill you. That's just what it is. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. As much as I have tried to forgive people, at the end of the day, I don't need to be around them. I can literally forgive, like, the fact that you might be, you know what I can't forgive? The fact that you wasn't raised right and that you're a fucked up individual. I can forgive that. I will never forgive the way that you made me feel or forgive you for treating me the way that you did. Point blank period. Especially with Krishan and Blueface. And again, it is almost equivalent to when bitches be like, well, me and the baby daddy not together, but he is a good dad, so I feel as though he need to be in the house. No, a nigga can be a good dad outside the house if he really wants to. Just like you can forgive a nigga without actually having to be in his fucking presence, babes. You literally are going back. You're just trying to hide it because you are tired of all the backlash that you receive fucking with this man. I get it. You love him. You want to be with him. Do what you do, love. I don't give a fuck. But I'm tired of the shit. And I'm tired of you pretending like you are just on this holy fucking path to greatness when you're not. You keep going backwards. I'm gonna just keep it like anyway. So it looks like the girlies are mad because AP decided to come out with a $300 watch. Y'all, I keep telling y'all the men are the girls now. Because why are y'all mad? Because a business decides to, hey, we have a new business venture that's going to allow their not so everyday customers now can get a feel of what it may be like to have a fucking $600,000 watch on, which I think is the most craziest shit in the world. But I don't see the problem. I really fucking don't. You really have celebrities, especially men, speaking out like, AP, this was so dumb and this, that, and third. You making anybody accessible to your. Y'all are the goofy ones spending $60,000 and $70,000 on a fucking watch. And now you're mad because AP decides to do a collab with somebody that literally allows them to basically cater to the people who aren't able to afford that fucking watch. Mind you, a lot of people can't even afford the $300 watch, bitch. That's how fucked up it is in this economy, and that's how fucked up and out of touch y'all are when it comes to this shit. Y'all are literally mad because you have spent thousands of dollars, and now motherfuckers who literally only spent 300 probably gonna get the same effect that $1,000 watch gonna get. That's why you're mad, and I don't get it. I don't understand why this is even fucking news. Because at the end of the day, you bitches, and I'm talking about you niggas, you bitches, because that's what the fuck y'all be acting like. You bitches really just be in y'all panties be in a bunch for what? I You really mad over a fucking $300 watch? Be fucking for real. If you really had pull like that, then it wouldn't fucking matter. The $300 watch or the fucking $600,000 watch, it don't matter. If bitches want you, they're gonna want you. Point blank. Period. It's niggas out here who is literally paying 20 to 40,000, like literally making payments on watches, bitch. Literally, niggas got their afterpay going and going and going, bitch, simply because they want to look like how y'all look. They want that effect of having $1 million watch on because they think the bitches is gonna go for it. Y'all know the bitches that go for it are literally the birds. And the birds that y'all want to entertain are the same bitches y'all turn around and be like, well, all women want is money. All the women that you want, that you think that other niggas get. That's the thing. Y'all live for other niggas. Point blank. Period. I'm sick of this shit. Um, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is not a doctor, supposedly. So there was a Breakfast Club interview with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I've basically been seeing a bunch of discourse when it comes to her credentials or whatever. I will say this. I understand what she was saying, right? She was basically saying she did take the course to get her doctoral. She has all the credits, whatever the case is, but because the school was closed and this, that, and the third, she was not able to obtain those records. So now it just makes it seem like at the end of the day, she really didn't attend the school, or she really didn't even attend the necessary courses in order to earn her doctoral. Now, she does have an honorary doctoral, which means technically she can call herself doctor, but she's not a licensed doctor. I think that's where the confusion is coming in at. Maybe, I don't fucking know. Now, I'm not about to sit here and get into all the details because I think the shit is dumb as fuck. My thing is this: she clearly says she isn't practicing or any of that. There's also people out here who, you know, I my thing is this, bitch. If I say that I paid for the school and I took my classes for the school, at the end of the day, that's what it is, bitch. Who? Why the fuck I need to prove anything to y'all? Child, like I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But hey, if she wanna call herself Dr. Brian, then that's what the fuck she gonna do. You know, it does say Dr. Bryant is continuing to defend her credentials following backlash sparked by her recent press run for her book Live Your Promise, Escape Your Wilderness, and Heal Your Pain so you can manifest the life you want. She did make an appearance on the Joe Budden podcast where she revealed that she does not hold a therapy license, explaining in that part that licenses are mainly needed to build insurance companies, which is literally what I said. She has her doctorate, but she doesn't have a license to practice. I think that's what y'all are stuck on. Y'all are like, well, how are you going to be calling yourself a doctor and you don't have a license to practice when you can still call yourself a doctor? You just can't literally be out here taking clients and then taking their insurance and trying to build their insurance. Like, I knew I wasn't tripping. I'm like, I understand what the fuck is going on, but I feel like y'all was just going out y'all way to misunderstand. I don't know. I could be tripping, but hey, it is what it is. Um, Dr. Bryant appeared on the Breakfast Club. She basically says public records reportedly state the motivational speaker earned a doctorate in counseling psychology from some university, though critics online pointed out that there are no publicly accessible dissertation records or doctoral verification tied to her name. So yeah, but she literally said that the school has been closed for years or whatever. I don't know. Or maybe it's one of those things where, hey, maybe she did take the class, maybe she failed a class, you know, and just don't know about it, so she didn't really get all her credits. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, my thing is this: she's not actually like, she's not really doing anything wrong. She's really not. So the fact that we are upset about this shit, I don't fucking get it. And then y'all want to sit here and be like, well, she's not a Dr. Umar because we can find his dissertation at the blah, 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 blah. My thing is this: Dr. Umar is like the fakest doctor in the world because where's that school at, sir? Huh? I'm not gonna lie, I hate that y'all be sitting here talking about, oh yeah, we building schools in Africa and doing all of this shit or whatever, and then the school never happens. Like Castanet, where's the school in wherever the fuck you was building that shit at? Okay. I just feel as though it does not take 20 years to build a school. It really doesn't. It really fucking doesn't. Because if you ask me, bitch, um, my high school was built in like 3 years. Castanet been talking about wanting to fucking build this school since 2021, 2022 maybe? It's 2026. Dr. Umar been talking about building this school for years now. It's 2026. What the fuck are we doing? I think that instead of worrying about when motherfuckers call themselves, we need to be really worried about the work that they are actually doing. And if they are actually impacting people or are they, bullshitting people over. That's how I feel. But nonetheless, that is all that I have for you all this week. Of course, before we get out of here, I have to leave you all with some unsolicited info. Now, child, with everything going on the internet, I fully have realized that internet basically decides who to cancel based on their likability, right? This is why it is so hard. This is why some people say like, oh, cancel culture isn't a thing simply because, well, this person didn't get canceled and this person didn't cancel, and this really has to do with the fact that most people enjoy them, so of course they're not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to cut them off completely. That is why people still fuck with Chris Brown. That is still why people fuck with R. Kelly and any of the abusers that you want to name out there. It's because at the end of the day, their likability trumps everything. And I hate to use the word trumps, but it is what it is. All right. So again, the internet decides who to cancel just based off their likability. All right, that is all that I have for y'all this week. Thank you to my first and my last time listeners. I really hope you all enjoyed this episode just as much as I have enjoyed delivering it to you. All right, please make sure that you are checking us out every Monday and Friday on our YouTube channel. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications because you don't want to miss out. Please remember to always be humble, be gracious, and be open. I will see you at the top because the bottom is just a little too crowded. Bye, y'all.